Tom, let's say you've set up a date with... Okay, let's say you're single first.
Sure, yeah, understood.
Let's say that you've set up a date with somebody, and so let's say on Monday you say, okay, let's meet for drinks on Friday.
Sure.
And they go, yep, cool, sounds great. Let's meet for drinks on Friday. So it's confirmed, it's in your calendar.
You've got a venue at place.
You've got a venue at place, at time. You've organised everything.
Mm-hmm.
If that person doesn't confirm with you before Friday.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm confirming between Monday and Friday. I'm getting a see you on Wednesday. It'll be see you Friday or a see you. Yeah, I don't think I'd be making plan on Monday and then getting to Friday afternoon and going.
Here's where it gets tricky. So
yeah,
I
it is
read
tricky.
a story this week about somebody who, she's like, I'm not confirming, that's not my job. And she was like, if they haven't confirmed with me between the date that we've made and the date, she's like, I will just not show up.
Well,
she's like, you didn't confirm it with me, so I assumed it wasn't happening.
What? Well, you're a fool.
I've had that happen to me, and I was incandescent with rage because I'm like, we set a date and a time. If we just said let's grab drinks on Friday and hadn't discussed it further, then I would obviously assume it's not on because we haven't planned it. But if you set a date and time, and if you're, I think this girl was like, I shouldn't have to do the emotional labor, and I'm like, but it's on both of you then. If that's your boundary and you haven't told them that's a boundary that you have.
Yes, absolutely. How do you get through life making appointments with anyone if you can't be broached to confirm a date?
Exactly.
No, get over yourself.
Yeah,
main character syndrome over there.
Sit
your ass
love
down.
It. Get out. Yes. If you want to keep unmatching with people and just not showing up to stuff, they're going to think you ghosted them and you're going to get a bad reputation.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to know what you guys think at home. I'll be posting this in the group at some point. If someone hasn't confirmed but you have set a date and a time to catch up, do you assume the date is on? Do you assume the date is off? Or do you reconfirm?
I think I can understand going, there's a set time, there's a set place, so I'll just go there and rock up.
I would reconfirm.
But
I reconfirmed day of. So that's what happened with me, is that it got to, we'd set a date on like a Tuesday, and on the Friday morning I'm like, we still good for tonight? And I got we didn't speak between then and now, so I assumed it was off and I've made other plans, sorry.
But if I'm about to see someone for coffee the next day, I'll say still on for 11 tomorrow.
I'm too busy to hold your hand for the entire rest of the week.
But I need information.
I'll give you we still on in the morning.
Before I travel.
I wouldn't. Anyway. Right, welcome to Ghosts of Boyfriends Past.
Yes.
I'm Liz Best.
Hello, with Tom Harris.
And we also have producer Zane on mic today.
Yes, I'm back. I ran out the trilogy.
He is back.
We're rounding out the trilogy. So Cindy in the Swingerverse, part 1. Cindy in the Swingerverse, part 2. Those two are done. If you haven't listened to those and you would like to hear some tales of some swing fails, please go back and listen to those for the extra context of who Cindy is and what her situation is, because I'm not going to hold your hand through the start of this podcast either.
So that's your emotional labor to do.
Exactly. You go and do the research and I will just start and bring you the delicious or not so delicious stories.
Yeah, great.
We actually had someone write in after the last one and went, the story where there was human feces in a hand.
Yes.
Someone was like, that made me a little bit sick today, and I was like, sorry.
Yes. So sorry about that. So generally we have rules on this show. We have a guest, but that's not really needed today. So
I don't need to obey. No, the lawyer said I do need to obey the rules. Okay, cool, fine. I will obey the rules. So we're going to continue with the final. So it's a longer story than the other ones. There's one story today, and it's the final. We're rounding out the trilogy of Cindy and the Swingerverse.
Fantastic.
This is part 3. And again, I'm not going to read out the beautiful title that she's written for this because it gives out too much information, I believe. But she does call it a tale. The start of it is a tale of 2 Ds. She's going to call them both D. But it also works because
D.
She's getting the D.
D for
anyway.
nice.
Oh, so so names start with D rather than just okay.
Okay, so this story begins. There are a lot of catfishers in the swinging/open relationships world. They'll use fake photos. They'll never be able to meet up, suddenly disappear off the apps, and even make a date to meet and then not show up. Rude, as we've just discussed.
I think that's on all the apps.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just the Swingerverse.
I mean, I've been off the apps for so long that I wouldn't know, but that's why I got off the apps.
Yeah,
let's
just
be
get
honest.
that. They're just in it for the sweet validation of someone paying attention to them.
Hub. Now, Hub is what Cindy calls her husband. Please go back and listen to the other episodes because I'm not going to explain this to you any further. Hub and I have an ongoing joke about who we aren't going out to dinner with, as we've spent so many nights at restaurants eating with just each other after booking a table for 3 or 4. So who are we not going out for dinner with tonight? Hubby? There is now one male name that I will never trust in the swinging scene because they have the same operational mode, which is generally being a massive dickhead. It's interesting. She's
Starts
being
with D.
namist.
Yes.
But
I
sometimes,
can get behind that.
honestly, I would love for someone to prove me wrong, but anyone who has the sound Aiden in their name, Aiden, Braden,
Okay,
Caden,
yeah.
they've always been terrible to me. So
Yeah, the same. My first 5 serious relationships, all of their names started with D, and usually it was DAN.
right.
And so
Yeah.
I have a bit of a prejudice there now.
Yeah, do you ever.
Okay, so here, this name starts with D, and she says, I bet everyone can easily guess the name because these guys are rife in the world and are known for being a hot mess bro. So this is the tale of 2 Ds and the reason I am on a bit of a break from it all right now.
Okay.
So this is D1. 24 years old, contacted me off my profile and started a conversation saying that he likes mature women. Oh, where have we heard this before? Likes mature women and asking if I could help him get more experience with girls as he's not had much. He was super respectful and the photos seemed legit, and he agreed to a vanilla meeting with just me as Hub was away and had agreed that I could take this one on my own. To Dee's credit, he showed up and he seemed normal and keen. He disclosed that he was a virgin and said that he really wanted help to lose it. I was very cautious, but honestly, he appeared so sincere and normal in capital letters. For me, that would make me feel uncomfortable. Like
I think especially if he's disclosing that on the first meetup,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yeah, look, I'm anxious about this. I would like to do something about it. You seem good. Can I get your help / advice?"
True.
Like, yes, it's a little.
But it's
It's
a
a
lot
little
of
rife, like
pressure
yeah.
as well for like as I'd be like, I'm the you okay,
But it's good information to have.
Yeah,
and you
true.
don't have
It's
you
better
don't
than
have you don't have to
finding
go along
out
with-
afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to, or during even. You don't have to go along
During.
with it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Yeah. So I think he did I think he's done the kind of the right
And
approach. Yeah.
if that is the situation, like assuming it's not a lie, I don't think there's a better way to do it than the way that he's done
look,
it.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I
This
do.
was just my
Yeah.
initial like flinch
Little bit of an
reaction
ick.
of, oh God, it's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Okay. So she continues. I then attempted to have him meet with myself and Hub together, as it's pretty important that everybody knows that it's above board. And, you know, if I was going to be a sex therapist effectively helping this guy, it was really important that everyone had a level of comfort in what was going to happen.
Yes, very important, very good.
And then the most frustrating series of events unfolded, with plans constantly being made and with him doing ongoing no-shows, acting like he didn't get messages, finally resulting in a text exchange where Hub straight up told him that he was being disrespectful towards me, and D replying with, first of all, I'm going to do a voice here.
It's great off the bat.
Please,
Yeah,
yes.
please.
Crushing it off the bat.
I wasn't the one who wanted to meet you. She was. Secondly, I'm not a virgin. I was just seeing what kind of response I'd get to saying that because it's worked for me before.
There we go.
Yeah. And finally, I guess you're right. I had no intention of doing anything. I was just bored and looking for an interesting conversation, and I got that. And I want you both to block my number because I don't want either of you to have my number, and I think it's pretty clear I have no interest in this lifestyle. I'm just bored and looking for strange shit, lol.
Cool.
What a fucking winner.
Cool man.
I mean, that's. I mean,
I feel like this part is not truthful. I feel like he potentially was like into it and then scared himself and was like, "You're not even that hot anyway." Like,
could be either.
Yeah.
But like that's like I'm going to say that most guys who have been like gay guys who have been on apps have come across closet cases who react in a very similar way. It's like, I'm not even gay. I was just seeing if you were.
Yeah, right.
That's sort of like, okay, well. I am, and I've always said I was. What are you doing on the apps?
Yeah, are there many bored men on dating apps, gay dating apps? Like, I'm just bored. I'm just looking.
I want validation.
I'm just looking.
Yeah.
You think this would be the end of this, right?
I would hope so.
This is not the end of this.
Oh dear.
He disappeared for a bit, then popped back up around 9 months later with a touch of amnesia. Rematching under a different name.
Oh, well done.
But with the same pics and acting very confused when I opened up the convo. And in brackets, she says, feel free to act this out with voices and everything. I'm ahead of you, Cindy. I'm so ahead of you. She says, me. What, D? Oh, what? Do you know me? Who's this? Me. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're either deliberately acting clueless or you really are. No, but where do you know me from? Like from here? Can I see your pictures? Me. You've seen them, so no. Oh, okay. So it was on here? Oh my God, I'm so confused, lol.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a dumb virgin.
It's so poor. Time and time again on this podcast, I've lamented doing the con poorly. Like, if you're going to do it correct.
Yeah.
Do it properly.
Have some pride in your grift.
Like, if you're going to grift, do it properly. None of this half-assed,
What? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Me. Still bored and looking for strange shit? Still pretending to be a virgin in case it works for you? Still have no intention of following through? Is your memory being jogged yet? Him. Yeah, I remember now. I only said those things because your husband got upset with me that I didn't meet up for lunch at insert large shopping centre here. Me. Actually, he wasn't upset at all. He was annoyed that you wasted my time, which you did. And whether what you said was true or not, I don't particularly care. And I can spot a gaslighter from a mile away. So you keep telling yourself what you want to get yourself through. I just hope you're not playing games with other people on here who are genuine. And that is where this conversation ends.
Good.
I hit send and I waited until I saw that he read it and then I blocked him.
Nice.
In the subsequent months and to the present time, he makes new profiles, uses the same pictures, and still turns up matching with me in the apps. When I see it, I simply block and move on.
I think we're coming from a place of incredible privilege that none of us in the room are currently on the apps.
Yes,
to
absolutely.
be able to state whether this shtick works for people.
Yeah.
In the way that they actually achieve their ends through this, because like if you're using the same pictures, people will remember you.
Yeah, there aren't that many fish in the sea.
Yeah.
There are a lot, but not in your vicinity. So yeah, I'm fucking perplexed. Like, at least use different pictures. Like, do better.
Yeah, it's just
do better at being a dick.
Poor work all round.
Well, I mean, like if he's meeting up with people, he can't use fake pictures, so he has to use his pictures.
Yeah,
but like. Yeah, especially if they're like the exact same pictures that he shared for
changing your
months
name.
and months. Yeah, that's weird.
That's really weird. All right, D2. I have this urge to say Mighty Ducks because of I don't know. Anyway. I'm old. Okay, this one I was never invested in at all. I also think he was just too young at around 20 years old. I let Hub run the course on this and just went along with a very detached attitude. I found that having the pessimistic outlook serves me much better when they don't show up.
Welcome to the club.
Yep, that'll do
Same. Pessimism is so much easier than optimism. It doesn't hurt as much.
It's just a little less energy.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's probably not going to work out. And if it does, bonus.
Yeah, it's
extra
either I'm
serotonin
right
and
or I
dopamine.
win.
Yeah. Yes, that's the perfect way to put it. The short of it was that he matched with us, dove in hot and heavy from the start, wanting to meet, sexting, making grand plans to do all sorts of things as he wanted to run before he really had started walking. He also looked like an Eshe from the pictures I saw. Now, for someone who's not Australian, what would we say is an esche like a bogan, like that's another Australianism. It's like
I think if similar to like a British chav.
Yes,
Chav,
it would be an Australia's version of a chav, I'd say, with different
connotations,
rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like very close cut hair, likes to wear like caps and like tracksuits.
Yeah.
That sort of.
There will be a bum bag. There will be a mullet haircut. There will be
Yeah.
but there will be a sneaker of a specific brand, which I can't recall. And they will think they're hard and all that.
and usually talk with a bit of a nasal, like what kind of voice?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a very stereotype, but that's sort
But
of.
that's the thing. If you're calling them an esche, it's a kind of lower
broad
class.
stroke. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. He looked like an esche from the pictures I saw. But Hub thought that he was an enthusiastic guy with a lot of engagement, so he convinced me to at least meet him.
It's interesting that... Oh, no, I guess it goes without saying that hubby enjoys that sort of person to engage with on the apps.
Yeah.
Because it's the ones that are actually interested in what you're saying.
Yeah. So to start with, Dee's car was broken, so he wanted us to go to his house. Nope, we always do the vanilla meetup somewhere neutral and we do not give away our address details until we are fully vetted and verified. Smart.
fair
City
enough.
smart. So I made plans for us to meet Dee at franchise restaurant at his local Westfield, which was nowhere near our place, but he should have been able to get there easily. He agreed. In the group chat, I let Dee know when we were leaving our home and he was all good. Gave him our ETA. Yep, he was definitely going to be there. Let him know when we parked that we were walking into the restaurant and he said, okay. Once we arrived, we got a table. I sent a further message to let him know this. And after sitting at the table for 10 minutes past meeting time, Hub checked his phone and Dee had sent a private message about 15 minutes before the last okay that was sent to the group chat saying... Sorry, I've just read what
very
it's
good.
saying.
Pause, everyone.
For fuck's sake, I probably won't make it.
Probably.
I probably won't make it. QPS are here and I'm getting arrested.
That would be Queensland Police Service. For those
Or if you said it in an esche saying, QPS are here and I'm getting arrested. Yeah.
Okay.
Bugger.
So he's getting arrested, but then he still said okay.
Apparently.
Okay, well, maybe he was optimistic.
Yeah, maybe I can.
This will be over in 5 minutes. Hub did reply and asked what for, but it went nowhere. All trace of him disappeared off the apps, out of the group chat, like immediately. I probably won't make it. I'm getting arrested.
I would be googling a
Probably.
Probably, yeah. Not probably. I probably won't make
But
it.
even like, I probably won't make it.
Yeah.
I'm getting arrested, so I probably won't make it.
Yeah.
Like, what situation
Maybe.
do you imagine you're getting arrested and then going to make a meetup in 15 minutes?
Would you be googling arrest records and his name and seeing what he got nicked
I would be
for?
going FBI on his butt. Hub and I laughed about it and had dinner together and swore that was the last of the D's ever because clearly they are not reliable.
Yeah,
A week later.
Oh, good. Good. Fantastic.
Now, I've got screenshots here, so I'm going to have to read these out and kind of explain
Gotcha.
a few things.
Okay.
So a week later, this turned up in my DMs. Hey. And I say hey because there's two Y's.
Yep.
XX.
Yes.
And then she replies with, hi. Want to have some fun? Purple devil face.
Purple devil face.
Yeah.
I believe that's emoji code for horny.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Ah, and what's this eggplant people keep sending me?
I know the
penis.
eggplant.
What?
I thought you'd been taken away by the police. Yeah, I did.
What?
Okay, so why are you just contacting me and not the both of us? Can you make a group chat again? The group chat still exists. Oh, true. Just doesn't come up on mine. So, you want to have fun? I'm just leaving him hanging at this point because honestly, what the fuck, mate? There are so many more stories to tell, but honestly, this is not Ghosts of Sex Parties Past. It could be.
I think that's a spin-off.
I think it's an episode by episode basis that we make this call. So this is where she sums up all of the stories. Overall, most of my experiences have been really positive, where we've made lovely friends, had long-term regular playmates, celebrated milestones and birthdays, comforted people when relationships break down, and gone into battle when people aren't being treated right. There are no more or no less problematic garbage humans in the scene than in the vanilla world, and the cheating and gaslighting is just as prevalent. I'm on a bit of a break from the hectic new meets now, and while I stay off the apps and start up conversations with possible candidates, I no longer get heavily invested in trying to find new playmates. Every now and then, Hub and I have dinner by ourselves because someone doesn't show up, and we're okay with that. Well, in brackets she says, I'm being slightly brave here. It does hurt to get rejected a little, but I simply make it into a story and tell my swinger friends, and they all agree that some of these guys are full of swagger until they actually have to show up.
Welcome to Ghosts of Boyfriends Past.
Yes. Yes.
Do it for the story.
Yes. This is what I said to people all the time. Every shit date is a good story. We still regularly catch up with friends from the lifestyle, and my husband has an ongoing arrangement with another couple that I'm not involved with. But I know them quite well and have a lot of time for them. I'm just not into them, and that's okay. If you want to know my lessons learned, number 1, people are amazing, and also people are garbage.
Yep,
Correct.
yep.
That's my favorite life lesson.
Yep.
People are also amazing garbage.
Yes, absolutely. If you're scared of ghosts, don't go on any of the apps. That's my life philosophy. Hello.
I would like to know, like, whether she's referring there to being ghosted or whether or not it's people coming back from the dead to haunt you.
People from your
Look,
dating
I think
past,
¿por qué no
kinda.
los dos?
Yeah.
Number 3, to avoid all sorts of complications, treat gym bros' abs like you would the sun. Do not look directly at them.
Right. Okay.
She's not wrong. Number 4, it's very easy to hide in plain sight. I think she's talking about what her own lifestyle there. Like,
Yeah. No one knows what's going on.
In that you have no idea what's going on with other people's lives. So, number 5, the friends that you've seen naked are often the friends that'll have your back when you're fully clothed. I kind of, speaking as someone who slept with a lot of her friends, I agree with that one. Number 6, if you ever meet a person who says you'd be fun at a swingers party apropos of nothing, it's probably me, and I absolutely mean it.
And it might be a proposition.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a cute little smiley face emoji after that, and that is the conclusion of Cindy and the
Gee
Swingerverse.
whiz. Here in the Ghosts of Boyfriends Past extended universe of stories and tales. Wow. And a big shopping list of lessons learned that she's put together. So
Absolutely.
she's done a Ghosts of Boyfriends Past homework in that regard. Mm-hmm.
If you think of just this episode, well, maybe we'll go lessons from just this episode and then lessons from the saga.
I'm going to have to try and recall
So,
the whole saga.
From this episode, I'm kind of like, I mean, first of all, I feel like young people and communication aren't really that great.
It feels like
if we could educate people on how to communicate better from a younger age and talking about, keeping people's feelings and having better empathy and stuff like that, then we'd be able to avoid this. I just think communication is so important. And I think if people had better emotional resilience and emotional understanding from a younger age, you wouldn't get so many people ghosting, not showing up, or deliberately fucking with people. Like, it's very hard to teach empathy, but it's important. It's important to teach empathy.
I think a lot of it comes to shame. Like, we educate about sex through shame.
Absolutely.
Like, that's definitely like a Western culture thing. And I think you focus on young people, it's just because they haven't had a chance to, or most of them haven't had a chance to unlearn a lot of those behaviors that they've seen. Like, they're given these scripts in movies and TV shows that they assume real life will follow, but you don't really see the hard conversations happen on TV as part of a sexual relationship.
Yeah,
you just see them as part of the drama of who's going to kill who, or et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's a lot of what younger people have to face, is like having those conversations and learning how to do that. And I think that's something that's definitely like so well done, or more prevalent in the ethical non-monogamy community, because it has to be, because they have to have those conversations every day.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think broadly speaking, it's. I think swingers, for example, or that whole lifestyle for a long time has been an easy target for people to sort of point and laugh at and giggle.
Keys and bowls,
but I think these stories just show that be you a vanilla person like I or other people are going to hurt each other in all types of relationships. People are going to be bad to each other or across different arenas. So if you are ethical non-monogamy at all, I think we can all. We all realize that we all get hurt the same way. We all can hurt each other the same way. So the rules apply. This isn't a separate. It can feel like a separate playground, but it's not a separate world. We're all existing in it together. So I think, but these relationships, I don't know. They're normal, right?
This is the thing.
They're normal.
Like,
they're normal people. They're
one
human
of my
beings.
other lessons is if that's something that has ever piqued your interest, but you're like, it's all full of dirty weirdos. Like it sometimes, but so is the straight dating world. So is the
that's right.
So is the gay dating world. So is the monogamous world. Like everyone's a little bit weird. And you just got to find your own brand of weird.
Yeah,
so
your arena isn't better or anything than any others.
I just
right?
reckon if you're a little bit interested in it, then why not do some research, have a look, have a try. Like, in one of the previous episodes, Cindy and her husband went to a sex party and they realized that even though they enjoy the swinger lifestyle of inviting other couples into their relationship and sleeping with other people separately, that parties were a hard no for them. And I guess it's one of those, as long as you do your research and try it safely and you realize it's a no, don't do it or do it. But it's not the weird, creepy, like keys in a bowl taboo that it used. Well, it is, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
I think a stigma has softened on it, but I think there would still be some remnants of stigmatization to it. I would guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Amongst the masses.
Lessons?
From this one or from overall?
Take your pick. At this point, I think we
Um,
started classifying and then I just gave up.
Yeah, well, I think men are trash.
Correct.
Just
No,
forever
I'm sorry.
and always.
Most of the time.
I mean, everyone's trash, but men just seem to be more vocal about
I
it.
feel like this also goes back to the whole we teach men that they can be dickheads in this world, and that if people were taught about emotions a lot earlier, then
what I really enjoyed about all of Cindy's stories is the fact that her and her partner are just have this really strong connection and that he is more than willing to go into bat for her in these situations. And I think that is a great dynamic for these younger guys who are trying to get away with something, to be immediately met by another guy going like, hey, I'm here too. I can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's really sad though that they don't take it seriously when a woman is like, hi, I'm here and that's not appropriate. But when a guy swoops in and goes, that's shit.
Yeah, but again, like they've learnt that behavior from modeling other men. And so this is a man that's modeling the good behavior.
The good behavior,
So that's why the learning can be there because, again, a lot of it is predator-prey mentality. So what is a guy going to learn from a woman trying to set boundaries when he's taught that what a woman says isn't what she wants, doesn't actually matter. It's about, what you can get out of them despite what they say.
I still can't get over that guy lying about being a virgin just because it's worked for him in the past.
Curious.
My knee-jerk reaction when someone was like, I'm a virgin, was like, oh, no, I don't want to, your first should be, no, not with me, thank you, goodbye. Whereas I think maybe other people would be like, hell yeah, let me teach you all the things. Like, I don't know.
I think that response is also creepy.
Yeah.
But I think there is a happy medium somewhere out there for the virgins listening.
Yeah.
It's like, don't hide it, but also like don't be weird about it.
Your virginity shouldn't be fetishized.
Yeah.
It should just be part of your sexual experience I always think it's a very dangerous thing when somebody takes someone's virginity as part of their kink rather than just two people are having sex. So if you ever feel like you're in a situation where your virginity is being fetishized, it's probably a good opportunity to get the fuck out of there.
Or if you find yourself doing it, if you find yourself in the process of it's okay, catch yourself. It's all right. You don't have to fret. You can catch yourself and learn and move on from behaviors that you don't like in yourself. So it's okay, okay, baby boy.
This is one of the few episodes where I'd actually like to know what our readers learnt from these 3 parts.
Yes, well, everyone's got 3 episodes to get through.
Go
Beforehand.
to the back catalogue. Go listen to the episodes that you didn't. Re-listen to them if you want to come up with some questions or whatever. And I can pass on any questions that you have to Cindy as well, because we are still in email contact.
Yeah, so normally we put the call out for your own stories, your own questions, your own feedback. As Cindy did, she sent in a mammoth of a story that we drip fed over 3 episodes. We can do that. We can include it on a quickie. But this time, what did you learn sitting at home? You've had years listening to this podcast, years of practice. Let us know what you've learned from Cindy's 3 episodes, I suppose.
Yeah. What did you learn in the Swingerverse? In the meantime, if you have a story that it doesn't have to be this long, but if you have a story that you don't particularly want to put your voice to, we bloody love it. Well, I love it when you give the opportunity for me to flex my dramatic SJ voice when I'm doing, the dude bro voices when I'm like, funny.
No, some wonderful voice acting by Liz in this episode. So
I would love it. So please, if there's a story that's just a little bit too, don't want to put my name or voice to it, write it in, because we can learn so much from them. It's so exciting to get stories like this that are not often talked about because people don't want to put their name or voice to it. So let us be your mouthpiece. We will absolutely get through that. Write into ghostsofboyfriendspast@gmail.com or hit us up on any of our social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook, none of the rest, but I think maybe should we start a TikTok? Are we too old for TikTok?
I would say yes, but we'll move on. Where are we? We're just saying goodbye.
Yeah, we're just saying goodbye. That's where we're so tired, you guys. You have no idea. Thank you so much for joining us. Please join in our season of Christmas ratings drive, reviewing drive bonanza. If you can review us anywhere and send us a screenshot, that's as good as a Christmas card or a Christmas present for us. We don't ask for anything. We've not asked for your money yet. But, if you've ever appreciated any episode, a review would mean so much to us. In the meantime, if you've got any questions about swingers, write them in, because we will make sure that Cindy gets them.